Alright, this is another one of those absolutely do not put soda ash on this before you start. It has only been soaked in water and then spun out in the washing machine until it's damp. No soda ash. Alright, it's already been flipped inside out and marked for the center point, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll pull the arms through. Alright, once that's done, go ahead and fold this over in half. I'm going to cheat and use a ruler this time. It's not to measure anything, it's to keep it from getting wrinkles in that spot. So, saves me from having to refold that. Alright, I know there's marks all over this. Ignore those for now. I'm going to tuck the arm onto the back side. After I don't know how many attempts at marking this out to try something completely different, it's just not going to happen on this one. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this at an angle. We'll just ignore the fact that I've actually been in here trying to decide on a pattern for 45 minutes. Alright, get some of these. Alright, I'll do a few more of these throughout. Alright, that's what it looks like. Off to dye. So this is completely vertical, sitting in a bowl, and I've got it taped so that it doesn't move around. I'm going with 3 colors. I'm going with daffodil, black cherry, and a new color, bluebird. Well, it's new at the time that I'm doing this video. So I'm going with the red, yellow, and blue. Not going with the primary colors because I wanted to do the usual splitting. So I'm only going to apply the dye to this very top surface, and this is the only place where ice will be added as well. I might have to do it twice, like cycle 2 ice cubes, because I mean really this is small, only like 1, maybe 2 if I really try. Ice cubes could fit on this. Alright, so I know I'm talking a lot. So I'm going to start with, I've given this a lot of thought and I'm really not sure. I think I'm going to go with the yellow first. then the red, then the blue. I think that makes the most logical sense. My concern is the tape touching in a couple of places, possibly causing it to pool, but this is a complete experiment, so we'll see how it goes. It also doesn't look straight on the camera, but it really is straight. Alright, enough talking. Let's go ahead and put the dye on here. This little tag right here is going to cause me more problems than you could ever imagine. I thought about doing it from the other side, but I don't think that would work very well. So I'm trying to fight the tag, and we'll see how well that works. Alright, so the ice is on it. I'm going to let this melt through. Depending on how far it looks like it gets, I might do another round of ice, but I'm probably not going to show that on the video because that would be boring. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, it's actually been about 12 hours. It's had 2 cycles of ice through it, and it's gone about 4.5 inches or so down. It's a little bit here, it's a little bit here due to how the ice ran off, and a tiny little bit at the very bottom. I'm going to go ahead and do the next round. Alright, so let's do the blue, do the first pass of ice, and see where that takes us. Let that melt through, do another piece of ice. It's facing this direction, and then we'll go on to the next color. Alright, so there's 2 rounds of ice that have gone through, so I'm going to add the black cherry and do the same thing a 3rd time. Alright, let that melt through, and we'll see where it goes. Alright, so it is all the way through to the bottom. I have done, I don't know how many rounds of ice, to be quite honest. At least 8 more rounds of ice. It's been 2 days or more that this has been going on. Alright, so I'm ready to wash it out with soda ash. I've made a concentrated solution of 1 tablespoon of soda ash to 1 cup of water at about 120 degrees. I'm going to pour this over and down. Hopefully it stays in here. Alright, here's the second batch of the soda ash solution. Alright, I'll let that sit for a couple of hours just to make sure, and then we'll do the wash out. Alright, it's actually been about an hour since the soda ash flush, so let's go ahead and rinse this out. Alright, let's take a look at this. So I'll throw that in the washing machine and we'll take a final look after that. So here's the finished shirt. So I'm curious, what did you think was going to happen? Now, here comes the part that I'm curious about. I let it go through, and I intentionally let it go all the way through to the full length, or at least pretty close to it, by doing basically 2 days worth of additional ice on it to get it to bleed through. And the reason I did that is because, if you'll notice in the video, there's, let's say, when it was like this and folded up, there were some drips basically where the tape was, where it was coming and it was getting on it. And that's why I did it. I went ahead and went all the way down, or as far as I could, with the ice going through it to cover those drips so it wouldn't have like stains in the white. I'm curious what the difference would have been if I would have stopped after the first 3 cycles of just the yellow, blue, and red, and how much it would have come down without all the extra down here. Now, it is interesting that it, you know, you've got green all the way down here, and it's, I mean, it's in different places. I think the look is really interesting. It probably could have been done faster than what it was done. And it's also winter, so it's cooler. The ice isn't melting as quick, so it does take longer to do that step. Could have heated it, had it drip through faster. So I might redo this one and just let it drip the first 3 cycles, and where it goes is where it goes, and we'll go with that and see what the difference is. But overall, I think it's definitely something I'm going to work on and see what other kind of results I get. Alright, so what are your thoughts on the results? The process, whatever part of it that you find interesting. Let me know down below, and until next time, thanks for watching.